Okay. I think that's good. There you go. It's much better. Okay. All right. So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say we can. Well, let's get started from what we were doing yesterday. Oh. Sorry, let me just do this real quick. Yeah. All right. So right now I'm working on. If the music is too loud, whatever. I think it's fine. So today we'll build the bridge from the old projectile and blockers to the current one. So I went ahead and started creating the definitions. Like we'll work from a scriptable object pipeline, and I still have to manage the details, but the structure is almost in place. Because the main focus will be to have everything as scriptable objects, and then maybe if I have time, I'll do like a little table with everything so I can edit things inside Unity, but with a more efficient view of things. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and just, put this over here. I need to open up the chat so I can see some messages. And we'll put this. Can I pop this? Let's see. Just give me 1 second, guys. Can I pop this? I wish I could. I wish I could pop this window so I could. Let's see if I can do it from here. Pop out chat. Ah, there you go. That's what I wanted. Can I always keep this as a thingy? Keep on top? No. Okay, it's fine. So we'll do it. Sorry. We'll do like. This. And I'll put this over here. Like so. Okay. So I can see messages. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just organizing this. Okay. Can I pop this? Let's see. Alright, so as I was saying, we're working on the projectiles. We did have a pretty solid projectile system before, so let me see if I can quickly show. I wish I could. So yeah, again, like we're working on the new combat. Like this is the combat folder. It has like it's a lot more organized. We have the blockers here. We have the. I am hearing myself. Why am I hearing myself? Pop out chat. Ah, there you go. Don't want to hear myself. There you go. It's the OBS is still a little bit of a challenge for me. That's fine. Shouldn't be, but it is. Whatever. Okay. So. Yes, so I was saying like it's a lot more organized now. We have the attacks, we have the cooldowns, actions, actors, factions. Where's the factions here? Super simple, but it's a lot. It's very useful. So yes, we're working right now on the projectiles. I still have the old folder here just in case I need something. But yeah, So I have the actor, cast type, and cast type is because, well, I have to change this too. I'll do it later. Mainly because before I only use raycast, I think, and raycast works fine for arrows and bullets. And that's about it. But for example, if I'm throwing the shield, like what I'm doing with Ari's shield, then it's a little bit not too accurate because it has to go, like if it hits like on a corner of the shield, it won't register it. So yeah, I still have to see how this is gonna go because if it's box or circle, I still have to define the shape. It's gonna be a little bit hard to see the shape in the inspector, like of how this will be, but we'll figure this out later. But yes, I was saying like the base before was good. I still even like I'm not sure how to or if this is useful, but like I have this class called ownable, which means like this object is owned by some other objects or an entity in this case. This is really good for projectiles because I know the source, right? Obviously, I could do this via context, and that's what I'm probably doing right now, right? Let me see. Red type context. Combat actor, yes. So I tell which actor is coming from. But this is still very useful because I know who owns this object. But I don't know. I'll keep this as the old code for now, and we'll work on this. It's a lot more lightweight, by the way. This one is probably the biggest piece of code, but it has all the. But it's because it has a lot of the functionality. So you see the cast. So yeah. Can we do just this? So if it's complaining, it's probably because it doesn't need the casting, right? Okay. All right, I'll come back to this later. So we're working on this now because I've added the new fields. So we'll update the other stuff now. So let's see. So probably where we were doing this, right? Here. Just make sure that I'm not doing anything stupid. Okay. So projectile, yes. Okay. So this is probably we're gonna have to switch the type. And now I don't need to do this anymore, by the way. I can just do var projectile and just say instantiate. Then I can just use my prefab. The new prefab, and then I can just say projectile dot activate, and then I have to set this one up. So we need the context pretty much, right? Yeah, I mean this is not wrapped into a context, but it's all the variables required. We'll do it, yeah. So we'll do atlas dot combat. Oh wait, don't I have the combat actor? I thought I would have the combat integrate cache components. No? Other state, input. UI. I don't think we're using that anymore. I think I can get rid of this. VFX, I'm not gonna touch the VFX for now. Although I have a better system now. Additional controllers, additional UI. Additional controllers, yes, that's fine. Atlas references. You know what? I think now is a good time to kind of organize this a little bit. So I'll keep the controllers separate. Battle. I think the main thing for next game would be the organization for the character. I feel like the character controller was messy in this game a little bit. It's fine because it works really, really good, but it's messy because I do need this character driver to orchestrate everything. So that would be one thing that I would change, definitely. But there are a lot of systems. For example, the UI system, it's pretty much the same thing that I use for a game jam, and it works really, really well. What is that? So I have Cinemachine graphic. What is graphic? See, because we have model container, we have graphic and model UI container player. Okay, so this will go down here, and we'll say this is visual references. Oh, we have the attack bridge. Why do we have the attack bridge here? The attack bridge shouldn't really be here. Ah, that's why it's here. That makes sense. That makes sense. Again, it's sort of a wrapper, so I'll move this to some other place because we'll need more combat references. The same way we have additional controllers, the combat is almost its own system. Combat references. We'll do this separately. And we could even change the photo group. Right, because in this case it's not just references. Where obviously those are all references, but like they're separate references. Okay, all right, and then we'll move this into here. Oops. Let's say just some quick organization because this code is dead. Those will be combat references. So this is like what gameplay references. I'll put gameplay references. Additional controllers, combat references. Okay, so we also need something else called combat actor. This one we will need the reference. That's just the main thing. Like the combat actor dictates like who is the owner of the damage and all that sort of thing. So we will definitely need that. And I'll keep the same naming conventions here. We'll do. All right. We're good to go. Because now we can actually reference the Atlas combat actor. Because that's what we're doing, right? Shit, sorry. We need a transform too. We need the projectile definition, which we have in here. Projectile definition. We need the start position, which is the original origin. Sorry, not origin. The origin is the transform. Ah, okay, yeah. So this is where the projectile is coming from. And then we need the projectile direction, which is the aim direction. So we have Atlas. We have. Still have this here, which uses the aiming controller. Yeah, that's fine. This is just a little bit easier, so I don't have to say Atlas aim controller get projectiles. I could just say. And technically, this will all go away. I'll just comment for now. And we have this to worry about. Okay. So cache projectile. This will be on projectile finish. And we can just do this. We do have to do the same thing sort of here. So we'll say projectile on shield. No, hang on. Projectile on projectile finished on shield. Oh, I don't know. Which one should it be? On shield return callbacks? That? No. Is it? Yeah, it should be here, right? Yeah. No, sorry. I just got confused. Yeah, that's correct. So that will be the case. Then we say, do we need to do anything else here? Okay. Do we need to worry about the ghost shield? I don't think we need to worry about this. Alright, I think that's all we need to do for now. Let's test this first before we do anything else. Because if this works, then oh yeah, I have to set it up. So that's the annoying part, is like setting up again, like the prefabs and stuff. But then again, like I'm building a system for this game in future games too. Like I think this is a solid system. And it's just generic combat stuff. So instead of being all Tale of LUMI's combat system. And it's using the same principles and even solutions, like the trajectory solution is the same. Just pretty much copy and paste this. I have to set it all up. Okay. So we'll have to find this. And you see those trajectories? I'll have to copy those. Trajectory. So that's because the shoot. Yeah, I'll switch, then I'll show. But like the shoot is like a boomerang. It goes and comes back, right? So I have to. So it has two trajectories. One is for forward and return, sort of. And I'll just copy. So the speed is 25, by the way, and duration is 0.5. Copy. There you go. 25. I don't know what the speed. I'll put 12. Yeah, let's keep it 12. Yeah, see, I just had Raycast before. We don't do this anymore. Yeah, there are some stuff here, so knockback force, knockup force. Rotate. This is to... yeah, okay, yeah, I'll probably do a rotating animation on that. Return warning. Duration is 0.5. I don't think I've set up the duration on the setup. Lifetime. That probably is what I want, right? Is it? I don't know. What how did I use the lifetime? Let's see. Lifetime. Yes, I think lifetime is the duration, and it makes more sense if it's lifetime, by the way. Oh, by the way, I'll remove this. I'm not gonna use this. I have an error. I have to switch this because this is a scriptable object. The way I'm doing scriptable objects is a little bit different. It's just a little bit tired. It's just one of those weeks, right? And I did it wrong. I'll refactor in a bit. Okay, let's see. Can hit the same target again after return? Yes. Allow friendly fire. I almost feel like everything should allow friendly fire. Base damage 1. Twice damage 1. Oh, 0. I don't. We can tweak this. That's why I want to make like a little table with all the scriptable objects. Because then I can see the payload for every single attack and every single projectile, and just tweak it and playtest. Hitback strength, that was quite high actually, wasn't it? So the knockup was, I think it was upwards, and I think it was 25, if I'm not mistaken. And knock back and knock. Okay, so I did it wrong. It's actually like 1 and like 0.2. I'll say 10. Again, we're gonna have to do this. So damage type, I'll just put as base hit for now. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna duplicate this. Just so it's a little bit easier. I just put a combat. Open that up. Okay. You see, it's a lot cleaner on the inspector too, because all the definitions are going to be in scriptable objects, and then I'll be able to edit in a tool that I'm going to make later. That's why we kind of do it like this. Combat actor. Oh! So we're not going to have the combat actor here, are we? I'm pretty sure we'll pass it on when we activate. Yes. So what I could do, just so I don't get confused, is just make it read only. Same thing here. Actually, all of those are read only. If you think about it, because we pass it on when we activate it, right? Here's the same thing. I don't know why I keep doing these things wrong. So space gives me to, like, I have to do it and then I have to do it again. By the way, I was thinking about the UI also. I'm probably going to Probably gonna to tweak the skill information a little bit because I was thinking that is a little bit too hard to see information. So we're gonna do that. Instead of what I want to do is like maybe instead of going horizontal, because it's a vertical panel, I'll list them vertically and then put a little icon and then the description and how you use it, like the key combination. And it's good because now that we have everything for Aries blessing, we can actually see it happening. So on collision, I'm gonna try to copy this and see if I can. So you see, this is where I sort of have a problem because we need actually this is kind of fine because this is enemy dead. So that's fine. I'll remove this. Okay, so now let's set this up. So we have to change it a little bit. Let's go to our shield throw and then we'll do all the things. All of the things. Another thing is, like, I could probably put the projectile in the definition. But if I do that, then I have to create a new projectile definition every time. I might just change this. I don't know, it's better. Well, for now we'll just do this. Fine. Okay, let's test this. After that, I'll tweak a little bit of blocking template that we have, and then we'll do sort of the wrap up stuff for the blessings. I think we're ready now to actually start building the other blessings because we have pretty much all we need. So one of the things maybe yesterday I was doing this, like, let me play this again. It's a little bit tedious the first time you get a blessing because you don't have anything. Like, why do you need to go to the pause menu quick and all that? So maybe one of the things that I'll do is, like, if you don't have any blessings on your roulette, the auto adds it to you. And then once you get the second one, you spend enough time in the game, obviously, then you learn how to go to the pause menu and switch them up or organize them how you want. Also, I think the blessings should come first because the items are not going to be that useful. So it's probably blessings, map, book of souls, and then items. I'll probably reorder this. But anyways, exciting stuff. Because then you also have to select from the roulette, right? Also, we need a way to get rid of the customization. Right, so we build up the meter. Okay. So now we hold, and then you can see the arrow, and then we throw it. Oh, that was nothing. But it's a scriptable object, right? So we can change it runtime. Collision mask is here. That's I don't know how I feel about that, but okay, that's fine. Not bad. So lifetime, I'll put it back to 2. Let's see what I have to build it up then, right? Whoa! That went a little bit too far. It's not returning though. Why is it not returning? But I feel like, yeah, maybe 0.75 is what we want. Yeah, and then returns. Okay. So it's just going forward, it's not returning. Oh, that's fine. Let's see why. Okay. That's probably here, right? The projectile entering. And we set that to true. We can return. Yeah, so what I've said is greater, and then we do begin return. Yeah, that's correct. Well, why is it not returning? Is this something I did on the projectile itself? Finish projectile. So, just quickly debug. It should have worked. Actually, before I start playing, let me, because I saw some stuff here that might be problematic, so and 5. There we go. Just to see where this is stopping. Alright, let's see. So, oops. Let's clear this up. And we'll draw it. So 1, 2, 4. You never got to 5. Right? I never got to 5, so it's wait 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 3. Do we... I think his problem is elapsed lifetime. Or... No, we don't need a lapse of lifetime anymore, right? We just need to return. But this is wrong. So if it's not returning, then we care about this. If it's returning, then we don't care about this at all. Oops. Ah, there you go. I think that was the problem. Let's see. Actually, I'm just thinking now it should go a lot faster when it comes back to the play. So I'll increase this too. Okay. Let's test this. By the way, this meter is obviously not the final one, but I'll update this later. So, throw and comes back. There we go. Much better now. I think we need like an animate. Well, we need to improve this. Throw as well, because I think you should prepare, like Atlas should be preparing, and then maybe we need to zoom in or add a little bit of a shake maybe on the camera, and but the shoot throw itself, it's fine. You know, it works really well. Okay. Okay, so the shoot throw works with the new combat system. That's awesome. I'm doing little commits while I do this. So that was the projectile combat system. Inspiration. Yeah. Push those changes. Okay. Just put this to the side so we can focus on other things. Okay. I feel like I almost feel like the payload should be a sculpted object too. You cannot, like this specifically cannot be a scriptable object. This has to be values. But we could have like, we could input a scriptable object to fill those fields. Okay. So technically we could improve it a little bit, but I think it's fine for now. Because again, we're setting up the structure. And I think we're close to the point where we can create new enemies, create new attacks, you know, set all the combat up to add all the ideas that we have on our game design document, which is fun, right? This system is almost complete. But before we do that, I want to patch the shield block a little bit. So just need to make sure that we are using combat. Okay. So, I mean, we'll need the combat blocker, I guess. Okay. Okay. This is fine. This is just the input stuff, so okay, ignore that for now. So shield defense. So this is probably what we're gonna have to tweak it a little bit. Guys, we can activate it in here. Shield. Activate. Set up. Oh. Set active. True. There you go. And we can maybe deactivate it in here. Probably need to tweak it in here, but I think that's all we need, right? That's just all we have to do here. Okay. That's about it. Now we do have to do a lot of work inside of the prefab because I changed a lot of things. But yeah. Let's go to the prefab. Before I do this, there was something that I wanted to do in this test scene because I feel like getting a little bit crowded. So let's just quickly do something here. Oh, what? Could be in here. And we have the NPC too. We'll put the NPC over here. He's kind of big. It's a big fella. Alright, I'll put some more space here for him. Put a little step so Atlas can get up. Although I think Atlas can make the jump. We do have on our document, let me see if we can grab it. We do have how many blocks Atlas can jump. So, where is it? So some of this stuff is in Portuguese, by the way. So we need 2. Oh, this is 1 tile, and this is 2 tiles. With 2 tiles, it's 2 full tiles. So I don't know if you can see it, but like there's a grid, and this grid kind of dictates what's a tile. So those, like when I do those tiles here, oh, come on, there you go. So those are half tiles, right? So I'd have to do 4 to create 1 full tile, or quarter tiles. Yeah, because you would need, yeah, it's a quarter tile, sorry, it's not a half tile. So this is wrong. So that forms a full, like 4 of those forms a full tile. So that's 1. So that's the minimum. Like if I press jump button for the minimum amount of time, that's how much out it's gonna jump. If I hold it, then it's gonna jump this much. Right? Oh, by the way, there's no fancy calculations for that. Like I have a jump force in my script, and then I just test it until it fits, and then I fix it for frame rate stuff. But it's a pain. By the way, I have to limit the forces on Atlas because there are some bugs on some computers that, you know, it lags for a second and then it jumps off. So I have to limit how much Atlas can, like the velocity of Atlas. I'll do that later. But yeah. So again, if it's 2 blocks, then that's 2 blocks, right? Or that's 1.5, 1.5, 1. Wow, that's 2 blocks. That should be enough for Atlas to jump. Oh, I'm not gonna close this. I'm gonna put this to the side because we might need to look at the document. And that's something else that I was thinking about lately, is about the tools that we use, not for making the game, but for organizing the work. Because this is also important, right? So I'm using ClickUp instead of Trello, but like either of those. Yeah. So you see, like if I hold it, that's the maximum jump that I can do. I have to flip him also. Fine, I'm not gonna touch him this for now. I'm gonna touch stuff. Oh, focus on the blessings. Oh, sorry. That's funny. Okay. Yeah. So you know, doesn't matter. But even that, like, I feel like sometimes getting to ClickUp is just annoying, especially on a individual/small teams code. But anyways, all the tests are in there. Like sometimes I do a random to-do list in there that has nothing to do with the test, but you know, it has to do with the development of the game. But then for other types of tests, for example, we have Miro, we have now slides. We did have a document, an actual reading document at some point. I feel like it kind of switches depending on the development process that you're on, and I feel like it gets to a point where everything should be inside of either the game itself, if you're not using an engine, or inside of the engine itself, which is why I'm doing scriptable objects now. Because, for example, it doesn't matter if I have a big table somewhere that I can balance stuff if I cannot test it, right? So having the damage table or the enemies and the classes, everything inside of Unity feels like it's a better choice. That's why I'm gonna test it. Because I feel like maybe at the beginning, like at the very beginning, you just write a document, written words, you don't spend any time, you put some references up, and that's how you come up with the base idea. And then you probably go to Miro, you find some references, you'll put some gameplay videos in there, and you do some stuff, and then you know, you have the, I could go from this weird noisy idea into something that is actually playable. And then probably it's where we are at the moment. Like we have a sort of a Google Slides document which is visual and information, so we can clearly see everything. And the next step, I think, is everything's finished, because it doesn't. There is a point where nothing else matters, just making the game, the content of the game. So we have to have everything at hand, and it's kind of easy to find. So I could still hit the enemy. I might need an upward shield or sword attack. And by the way, the looking up and down is kind of weird. Yeah, forgot about that. So we need to do some work. But yeah, I think that's the best way to do this. You start with the lightweight, very lightweight document, just to get your idea into something that is not your brain. Then prototype / mirror, where you kind of find references, build the base gameplay, put some videos up so you can reference stuff, put some art references so what you want to do. And then as you build this prototype, you're probably gonna go into some sort of. There is a point when mirror is not gonna work for you anymore because it's gonna be too messy. So I feel like that's the point where you do like a simple slides. Like you have a slide for all the character abilities, you have slide for enemies, enemy classes, enemy damage, and then you switch from that to in-game stuff. And you could skip steps, obviously, but if you're talking about a game that you're gonna have an idea, test it, you know, make sure that this is the right game. This is the right game. 2, this is something that is actually fun. Then going through the process sometimes is worth it, because especially like if you say you have an idea and then you build the thing, then you're skipping a lot of steps, and that might lead to making a bad game or a game that's not fun. So you could potentially have an idea, put it on paper. It doesn't matter if you make it or not, you know. But if you do decide to make it, then you have something to go from, like a starting point. Testing the idea, probably prototype phase, and then mirror / prototyping until it's fun. If it's not fun, you discard it. If it's fun, you can probably start making the actual game design document. And then once you're like the structure of the game is done, you can probably build some tools. Like not spending a lot of time, but like enough tools to help you finish the game. That's what I'm thinking. That's the process that I'm probably gonna do. And it could potentially go for skip the paper and go to mirror because of the visual references they might need. But I wouldn't do that if it's a very early stages, I guess. Unless it's like a game jam game and you have to make a game and it has to be fast, and you skip some stuff, right? Obviously. But if it's a game that you're gonna, you know, spend, I don't know, at least 3 months on, then probably best workflow, I think. Okay, so I have some stuff here that I don't want, which is I have a throw orb thing, but nothing here. So yeah, I definitely don't want this, because this is not part of it. So also, I think I should have the SO here. Right? It doesn't make sense to me. At least in my head, like, why do I have descriptor objects if I'm doing this manually? So, skill definition, blessing skill definition. And then here we just do we don't have the parent. That's why I probably had it like that. Okay. We can do this by going to our database. So we'll do a new method here. So have get blessing skill. So we'll do public blessing type. Get blessing skill. Get blessing type from skill. I'll figure that out. But for now we can just say this, and then we just pass in the definition. Come on, there you go. And in here we just use this, and we use blessing skill. Okay. Who else is complaining about stuff? Aim, throw. We don't need this. Do we have it? Yeah, no need for this anymore. We don't have any animator hashes, at least not from the base class. On our yes, I'll have to do this at some point. Don't want to touch this. No. What is it complaining about? Ah. Oh, I didn't see that. So, blessing type, blessing skill. So this is how we get data. Wanna be behavior methods. Setup methods, input methods. Handle this. Handle animating stop. Where is this referencing? Instantiate base yard projectile. 0 references, so that tells me that this has to go, right? Yeah, we don't have orbs anymore. It's a shame because this, I feel like this wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad code. It was a fun code. But, I'm not using that. I have a much better system, anyways. Orb handlers. So, where is this coming from? Orb hit listener. I mean, clearly we don't need this. There you go. So lightweight base skill time class. Skill blessing skill runtime class. It only has what we actually need, so. Alright. Now I have to figure this one out. So the way I think we're gonna do this is by looping through all the blessings that we have and see if we can find the blessing with the skill ID, the same as the one that we're passing, and then sorry, and then we can yeah, and then if we do find it, we just return it. So by the way, this has to be nullable because there is the case that we don't find it for whatever reason. Bad setup, database not linked, all those kind of. So look through the blessings. We'll just check if, or we'll just do a skill match. I feel like this is not the best way to do this, but whatever. Skills. How do I do this? Ah! I can just match like this. Yes, I forgot about this. I don't know how I'm still coding things because my brain is... sorry. Brain is just not functioning sometimes. Type, I guess. What's it like? Very simple method, actually. This is probably not the best way to do this. But that's fine, like, that should work. I mean, we're not gonna do that every time, are we? I mean, if we are, then we could probably cache it, right? No, what? I still need to handle the case where it's no. Well, is that how you throw no reference exception? Never done that before. I don't know. Just do a debug log. Debug log error. Blessing type is no from. Let's do properly actually. Do it so. Let's add from our interface, so debug our error. And then we'll do putting everything into gameplay. Probably not the best idea because there is no point of having layers of logs if I put everything to the same layer. But for now, let's keep going. That will be a point where I'm gonna test a little bit more, and then I'll be able to organize it better. So you can just say blessing type is no from runtime, from skill runtime, and then we give the object that we're on. So that's not what I'm just typing. Okay. And yeah. So now we're caching so we don't run or we don't allow the possible mistake of going like doing that search too many frames in a row. So that will eliminate a few things. So we have errors. Yes, I forgot about this. Well, this is not. This doesn't matter anymore anyways. This is gonna change significantly. Right, alright. Yes, that's much cleaner now. I do have this event. I'll keep it for now. I do have the... Ah, sorry, I'm making a mistake. Hang on. So we'll do shoot block, sword slash, and then shield throw. We have to set this up too, because this is not, there is nothing in here, but it has, we have to. Skill ability. I feel like those are not the ones that I'm using. Get this feeling that this is something else. I'll go back with King Kong soundtrack. Donkey King Kong. I saw Donkey Kong, sorry. Jesus, what am I doing? I do. Blessing skills. I think those are the ones. Yeah, that's it. I was gonna say, like, this looks weird. Yeah, trajectory doesn't matter. I'll have to clean this up. The other stuff I don't care about. So shoot block. Shoot block is this. Shoot throw. This. And sword slash, which is this. So I understand this, and I like that, like the trajectory here is actually on the attack, right? Or the projectile. So yeah, that's what I, okay, so projectile, instead of having all this here, I should just have a reference for to the projectile. I think that's what we need. But okay, that's good enough for now. No need to over-engineer. Oh shit. I'm a little bit lost, hang on. Okay, so we have to set up the shield block now. So this is the shield object. I feel like the combat blocker should be there, right? Combat blocker. Let me just make sure I'm not doing something stupid. I think this blocks any hits. Yes, this is different because like the blocker that I had before was just for gameplay effects. This one. Yeah, this one doesn't matter, like it doesn't care about. Yeah, it has the combat block results. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, we can do that, definitely. That's fine. Which means we can just do this. But this shoot, I'm pretty sure we have like a script here. Yes. And honestly, this was more for like controlling gameplay, really. Because you see there are some effect triggers here. There is a little bit of knockback. Yeah. Because this is, yeah, I don't think this was using anything else. Yeah, this is what I don't like, because this was clearly enemy stuff and it was separated from everything else. So actually those blockers I'll put here too as old stuff. I have it in here somewhere, yes. Yep. But that's fine for now. I don't have to worry about the effects again. Like the same thing with the shoot throw. Like right now I'm setting up this structure. So the fact that the system itself works, it's good enough. It's good enough for me. Another thing that I would like to see is how the shield throw, like how am I gonna see the let's see, shoot throw. There is a projectile, I guess. Oh yeah, that was. I need to update this. Come on. It's not supposed to be that hard. Right? Not floats in this case. speed, first, speed, first. Wait, did I do? Hang on, did I do something stupid here? Let me just see. Because yes, I did some stuff, some stupid stuff. Let me. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. So this has to be public. So here's gonna be ID. It's gonna be public. Float lag time. Now we can remove this. Remove this. Okay. Organize this a little bit better. And what I was gonna do is actually, well, we'll get there. Oh! I'm not connected. The fuck? My laptop wasn't connected. Wow. That's actually pretty good, because if it was performing this good without being plugged in, then... Alright. What a minute. So Ray, box cast side, circle cast radius, all those things. Collision mask. Okay, so that's for everybody. And then we'll do, well, this. Only do this if the I was just gonna do it like this so I can see. Sometimes it's kept a little bit, it's kind of impossible to see. There you go. What is it? Box, circle, yeah. Then we'll have circle. Let's change this now. That's not how I spell box. No. I had to set up the shoot again online. That's fine. I should have done this before. But fine, it's fine, it's fine. Just that I'm doing this like this for all the others. I don't know why I did it like this for this. Doesn't make sense. Keep it out of thing because this is gonna be important. Okay. Everything else is fine. Let's see the errors, because obviously we have errors this time. Oh. Okay. That's most of us. What else? Anything else? Please. Let's try on Hicks. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Ah. I didn't update properly this. No, it does make sense for this to be confusing because the crypto objects is the only thing that I do it differently from everything else. Like all the other scripts I do it differently, so. Okay. Any other errors? Okay. Sorry, just organizing the music. Right. Yes, as I thought, this would be... I could just lock this, right? And... under this, right? Oh! Where is it? I guess that's easier, so I can just copy this. Paste. Copy. Paste. Be a circle. So what am I going to be able to hit? Let's see. I don't think the player will be able to hit itself, and that does make sense, right? We have enemies specifically. Yes. Ladders. No. Moving object can walk around. Population background. Friendlies. Maybe friendlies. Invulnerable. Pushables. Interactable. Interactions, no. There's interactable. I decided to go with those namings and it gets me confusing every time. But interactable are things that I can maybe throw the shield or kick or dash into that activate something. Interactions are things that I have to go into and press a button. That's the basic. Circle radius 0.25. Assume that that's correct. If I'm not mistaken. Close text to this anymore. Allow for the by now. Hit, yes, yeah, okay. Returns to owner, yes. We're 75. This is Atlas, Ares, Shield. There we go. Okay. Do a commit, because now it's organized. Okay, alright guys, I guess, because I think the system is working now. I do have some stuff that I want to set up in terms of text and stuff, but I think the system itself, like this is the core system working, and then there's the polish layer, sort of juice, game juice, effects. Like, as I said, like put the camera to shake a little bit. But I think the system itself is fine. So that's fine. I'll open up Figma and I'll have to, like, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to stream for too long today again, which is not great, but what happened to my music? But anyways, one of the things that I want to do before I do anything else on the blessing system, because the blessing system, combat system, like I reworked for the past 2 weeks. I've reworked the whole UI, the blessing system, and the combat system. Past 2.5 weeks. It's a lot of code, and again, the reason for that is pretty simple. It's just like this has to be good enough so we can build the entire game now, in terms of content, because all the mechanics, everything else is pretty much set. Like there are details. For example, what I'm gonna do now is gonna be a little detail, I guess. So if I take this, put it over. Because one of the things is that I don't like how this is horizontal, even though it has the information here. Because we could potentially do something like... Oh yeah, I forgot. We have a font for the secondary text. Let me see which one it is. I think it's Bongo Bay, something like that. Let me see. We have it on the pause menu. I think the inventory has it. I have to update at some point the other stuff. So let's see. Manga Bay. I don't know if I have this installed. I'll check it. I have it on the project. Oh, I do. So yeah, this is how it would look. But anyways, what I want to say here is maybe this, instead of going like this, maybe this should be, well, is this, yes, I was gonna say, yeah, okay, so we remove this, we keep, can we fucking select, yeah, no. Can we put this here? Ah, there. That's what I want. Okay. No need for this to be... Oh, it's here. I changed from XD to Figma, and some things are, like, I still find it hard to find some things. They're super easy to find. Okay, so I think first and foremost, I think we can get rid of this. There is no need to say those are the skills. People aren't gonna understand. People are not dumb. They'll understand. So we might have something like this, and then we're actually gonna need more. So in this case, we'll put 3, and we might need like proper icons for that. How do we change the font on this? How do we send backwards? Oh, we can only send it to the back and send it. Okay, that's not what I wanted. So we'll do this, I guess. Oh, this also has opacity. I didn't know that. I don't really like this. That's bad. Because the goal here would be to have it listed like this, sort of. Just testing this. I'm not gonna actually code this for now. But, and then maybe the key, like how you execute it like this. Something like this, right? We'll line this with the top here. Okay. That would be the widget. So this little thing would be the widget, right? Obviously the icons we have to put data, but that would be like, you know, / should throw, should block. Which one is better? Because that I still think we're gonna need the scroll. Yeah. Still think we're gonna need the scroll here, because some monitors might not have enough height for this. To be honest, we might just do this here, because then we can do it a little bit more organized, maybe. Like so. / And this could be something like something like this, right? And then we'll do the same for the other ones. I don't know, it's just something that I was thinking about, because if I go to the game, do a live comparison. It's not that it's hard to control, it's none of this actually, it's just I don't know if it's too complicated. Like, it could be the case that if we didn't need the scroll here for this, for the right side, like I would only control those two, and that my life would be a lot easier, you know? Fire the blessing, and then here. So I have to press the secondary button to come here, which is also okay, I guess. I don't mind, because if I press the secondary button, I can come here and highlight which skills we have, and then we can potentially have the instructions down here. Yeah, I'm not against it actually. We might just need icons for the skills. It's just how to teach the player how to use this. Like, it should feel natural. It's one of the things that we should need to teach the player how to use it. But yeah, we might actually need to do this at some point. So yeah, we'll see. Something else that is bothering me a little bit is the fact that you can't really see the roulette. Like, if the roulette isn't selected, it's kind of hard to see it. We might need like a thin outline on each slot. And we need to animate atlas too. But like that can come later. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I have to update the thingy here, but yeah, Godly Wrath. Yeah, I don't mind this. If I can make this a little bit bigger too, I think we can avoid the scroll and the masking, which feels a little bit unnecessary because we do have enough space for 3 skills, right? At least I think that. But I also want to make this roulette a little bit bigger too at some point. But anyways, I still think there's enough space for it. So yeah, we won't change it. We'll keep it like it is. Because I was thinking that this could be better, but this feels like more information. This, it's trickier to make it natural for the player to control, but this is actually better because I can mind my own business here, and then if I go there, I can, you know, select whichever skill I want to look at and have the control for it. In this, I would have everything at once. Feels a little messier. I don't know. We'll keep this idea here, but I feel like the idea that we have now is better, or the implementation that we have, rather. Okay, let me see my list here. Okay, we actually managed to finish a lot of the stuff. There are some effects that I want to do and all that, but I think for now, if we're talking about the systems working, I think that's good enough. there is still some things like some things from the old code that we need to address. But I think we have enough to keep going. Alright. Okay guys, I think that's it for today. Very short stream, but yeah, this week was just chaotic. I'll come back next week. I'll do a lot of work behind the scenes. But next week we'll only have 3 weeks until the playtesting, and then we'll have an event, right? And then after that we'll just do some tweaks for the demo launch. The demo launch is really close now, so it's about 3 weeks. 3 weeks and a half, pretty much. So yeah, after the event we'll just fix the bugs and release the stuff. So, but it's good. Like, we have the blessing system working now. It's working. It has a new interface, so we can deal with damage properly, and we have the animations. All we need is just to add a little bit of more polish on the individual effects. But other than that, it works, and it works on specific scenarios too, which is good. So we just select this. Okay. And also next week we'll probably work on the enemy a little bit more. But we have a little bit of a problem here also. If we jump and hit, this position here is annoying because I cannot. Well, I guess I can hit. Yeah, it registers. But it's a weird position, right? Yeah, so let me build that up again. So next week we'll probably wrap up. Well, I'll wrap up during the weekend actually, the remaining bits of code, because it's not too much. And next week we'll probably work on level design and the enemies, because they're kind of integrated a little bit. We hold into the shield. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, thank you for sticking with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.